on stages where it was clear people didn't know what to make of me. When no one knows where you fit into the social order of color and creed, confusion ensues until order is restored. Until people understand who you really are, that is when they stop and listen. And that's why I wrote Proud. I want people to understand who I really am, and maybe other Americans like me who feel the same. To get to know the journey behind the headlines of the first U.S. athlete to compete in the Olympic Games wearing hijab. I wrote this book because I wanted to chronicle my quest to challenge society's limited perceptions of what a Muslim woman, a Black woman, or an athlete can be. I want people to know that much of my strength as an athlete comes from how high I had to climb to release myself from society's boxes and show up to the party even when an invitation was never extended to me. Along the way, I had to learn how to be tough and tenacious or risk losing the fight before it even started. I had to maximize my expectations for myself because no one else would. And I had to have the guts to pursue what I wanted, even though it meant charting my own path. I didn't have any role models to look up to who looked like me in fencing, and there weren't any other Muslim women wearing hijab at the elite levels of sport to inspire my quest. I had myself, my family, and my faith, and that was enough for me to persist. Proud may seem like a familiar story, as this path I'm on was forged by the men and women who came before me. Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, John Carlos, Althea Gibson, Serena and Venus Williams, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, athletes who defied the naysayers and triumphed over mountains of adversity. They had barriers thrust in front of them and doors slammed in their faces, yet they still triumphed both on and off the court. I hope that when listening to Proud, anyone who has had an opportunity taken from them because of their race, religion, or gender can find solace in these pages. I hope people feel empowered by my fight and know that they have every right to demand a place at the table of whatever life is offering. If someone had told me that my life would unfold the way that it has, full of untold blessings and endless opportunities, because I picked up a sword in high school at 13 years old, I would have called him or her a liar. But I did pick up that sword, and despite the uphill battle, it has been a rewarding journey. It is my hope that everyone finds their own sword to wield in a way that brings them happiness and success, and that the word no becomes their motivation to press forward. Inshallah, so may it be. Chapter 1. In search of my mother's garden, I found my own. Alice Walker. Come on, Ibtihaj, my best friend Amy pleaded. She wanted me to come to her sleepover birthday party, but I knew the chances I would be able to go were slim to none. There was just no way it was going to happen. The rules were pretty clear in our house. No sleepovers. My father had already ruled them out before I even knew what sleepovers were. But I really wanted to go to Amy's party. She was my best friend. Plus, all the girls at school were having slumber parties now, and I was convinced I was the only third grader at Seth Boyden Elementary School who wasn't allowed to sleep over at someone else's house. Usually, on Monday mornings when all the girls were talking about how much fun they'd had together at a party over the weekend, I'd be stuck standing on the sidelines with nothing to add to the conversation. Can't you ask your dad? Maybe he'll say yes this time, Amy prodded as we sat on the picnic table bench in her backyard, resting after playing jump rope and riding bikes. Amy always had the best ideas and was so clever. You know my dad, I said, sighing, but I'll ask him anyway. Just try to butter him up, Amy suggested. Give him a hug. I knew I would find my dad in his room, getting ready to go to his evening shift at the precinct. He had gotten promoted to detective at work, so he didn't have to wear his regular police uniform like he used to. But he was still a cop through and through, and the strict expectations he had at work for his office.